Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 14 of this Let's Play Victoria 2. This is the Army with a State, and we are finally Germany. The German Empire has arisen and has taken their place in history as the second greatest power, just behind the UK. Well, actually, no, the UK is well ahead of us still, but we are now pulling way ahead of France, and our position is definitely established. So, first thing is first, we're going to demobilize our armies to get rid of the infantry units, and then we're going to grab our regular armies and we're going to have these guys spread out across our country as previously to minimize the amount of attrition that they have been taking, and then we'll do any fixing that we need to do in terms of their numbers. Did I leave some in Berlin? We shouldn't have. And now, so with this we can now get the Helgoland question. The small North Sea island of Helgoland has become a British possession during the Napoleonic Wars, ceded formally by Denmark in the 1814 Treaty of Kiel. After the unification of Germany, the island became an object of desire for the German Empire, as a few inhabitants of the island were, by and large, Germans. That gives us a core on it. Don't know how long those cores last. We'll leave it. And the Valhalla. Constructed between 1830 and 1842, the Valhalla is a hall of fame in Regensburg, Bavaria, housed in a neoclassical temple building overlooking the Danube. The brainchild of King Ludwig I, the hall commemorates famous personalities from German history, from Arminius and Copernicus. Yeah, we'll build that. See no reason not to. Boom. Is there anything else that we want? Balfour Declaration, that's for Israel, isn't it? Yes. Then Ruhr Boom, we only need organised factories, then we can get the Ruhr Boom, which would be nice. In fact, we probably want to do that when we're a liberal. Might still be a little bit early for such rapid industrialisation, actually. Helgoland question. I mean, having the core would be nice, but not vital. Screw it, we'll do it. This might lead to some tensions between us and the UK. Now, Germany has a core. I think cores are permanent in this, because the length of the game isn't actually that long. So, we'll see. Okay, what else is being done? We have a lot of production going on. Apparently all the people in our newly conquered territories haven't been allocated yet, so we just need to unpause and then that's going to happen. We should also earn a bunch, well, we should start earning more money again, especially now that the armies are standing down, although actually what we may want to do is stand our armies actually down to the same level as the Navy. In fact, the Navy will drop down to the minimum. The armies will keep at 50%. That's saving us a lot of cash. And now that our armies are no longer active, that's going to save us even more. Yeah, immediately money just jumps through the roof. Whoops, didn't mean to pause you. Yeah, look at that, jeez. Sign the Geneva Convention. Our country has not yet signed the Geneva Convention, delimiting and defining justified conduct of war and the treatment of the war wounded. We can still sign it, of course. Need less infamy than 25. It increases our infamy production. It loses us some infamy, which isn't a huge problem right now. So no, I don't think we want to sign it just yet. We may sign it later, but we're not going to just yet. And then let's see how unemployment is being fixed. Baden is actually very industrialized, as is Bavaria, unsurprisingly. Do we want to open these factories? I think we do, seeing as we have the cash right now. Then if anything remains shut after this, then I might well consider just closing them. But right now we're going to open everything. We're going to make sure that everyone has a fair chance. Plenty of employment all over the world. Parma wishes military access. Of course, Parma, but who are you at war with? Parma is fighting against Poland. Polish liberation of Austrian West Galicia. Yeah, I can see why you would want that. Fair enough. Alright, so we can now massively drop our taxes. In fact, you will have seen there, because our rich class are getting so wealthy, they're actually worth more than the middle class now. We're going to drop your taxes down to about 40%, and yours down to 40%, and then tariffs down to 25%, and see if we can hold somewhat steady there while my industries continue pumping out money. Yep, they are basically just printing cash right now. Let's go down to 20%. Still doing so. Let's go down to 15%. Okay. Social justice is about preventing human rights abuses and ensuring adherence to international law. Plus 5% plurality. Collectivism. Collectivism is a political theory that people should own all of the means of production. Plus 5 pluralism. So we're getting a lot of pluralism. And a lot of factories are being built. We got railroads popping up again, because I don't think Austria had really railroaded very much. Certainly not to the same level that we had. Which is fine. Denmark, still in sphere. Lots of competition over Egypt. I'm not appreciating this. So we're going to bump up our influence in Egypt. Sweden seems pretty comfortable at this stage, so I think we're just going to stop worrying about Sweden. And then the Ottomans. The Ottomans. We're going to decrease the opinion of the United States. We should have discredited them first. Oh well. Okay, so Egypt is the biggest problem. Especially with Britain ticking up. So I think we're going to have to probably ban Britain. France is going up against the Netherlands. That's interesting. How are we doing here? Loads of factories being built, which is pretty cool. We just need more workers. Lots of our factories remain understaffed. So at this point, I'm actually going to get rid of the clerks. And you know what? We're going to get rid of all of them. We're going to start with the full 5 sets. And we're going to go through our production. And I wish there was a way of ordering. You know what? We can order this by factories. That's probably the best way of doing this. Okay, so Bayern actually probably has enough people. And I'm probably going to close you because I've already opened you once. And tropical wood is actually quite a rare resource, so getting luxury furniture is kind of a difficult industry to get going. So Brandenburg is going to need more people, and they are in fact expanding their capacity, so yes, Brandenburg will have more craftsmen. Franken, you have an entirely empty factory there, so we're going to add you more. Sachsen definitely needs more, because again, empty factory. Bayern I think is actually okay. Schlesien has an empty factory, but the other factories aren't actually that full. We may come back to you. Baden, you seem like you could use more, and also you are very profitable actually. Hanover, you're fine. I think we're just going to go ahead and close you. Württemberg definitely needs more people. Nordrhein, fine. Rhineland could use more. Oh, we had too many. And then in terms of population, are any of our really low population? Like Baden, surprisingly industrialized. I'm actually tempted to remove Baden just because they have low population overall. Rhineland, is that up here? Rhineland is there. So I think we're going to add it to Rhineland instead because they have more population. Cool. Still losing a little bit of money. We could actually do with repaying this loan. So we're going to do that, which is going to save us some of our interest. But we might well need to raise tariffs slightly. We'll see. We are now up to 9.66 million. Massive reduction in conservative. Socialism has finally appeared. Not gaining much loyalty though, but the Liberals are the main one. And during the next election, I'm just going to allow the Liberals to take over again. We can mobilise even more troops, which is lovely to see. Here we go. Profit starts to roll in. For a brief moment there. And how are we looking? We are expanding really quite quickly, and in fact, industrially, we are now second. Separatism, now this is the bad one. The idea of national sovereignty and the view that a people were a distinct group based on blood and language with certain rights evolved during the century, and at several spots these ethnic groups started to work for independence. I think we're okay right now, although some of this might be considered part of Poland. Yes. So this area, depending on how much of it is actually Polish. It's still mostly German, actually. Except for you. You might start getting separatism. West-Preussen. And here. So yeah, we have chunks of Poland which might well want to start agitating to join Poland. And once we take over the Bohemia, they might well as well. King! We have finished the research on empiricism, which give us the following benefits. More technology. Yes. Alright, what was that one who was organised factory? In fact, we haven't invested at all in commerce. We should probably do that. Tax efficiency, not too bothered. Administrative efficiency, not too bothered. Factory input efficiency would be nice. Diplomatic influence. Yeah. Organised factories, I think factory output. We need to make our factories more efficient so that they can compete more effectively. And also this does come with a bunch more factory output efficiency technologies, or inventions rather. We should get this pretty quickly. It's a fairly old technology now. Okay, so our armies. Are you recuperating everyone to the maximum extent? We'll have to go through and order up any troops that are missing. Like, you have too many artillery and not enough engineers. So we could actually start another stack. In fact, we may as well. Alright, so you have too many guards. So we could just go up to 7 guards in each. Nope, you are lacking a guard. So we're going to need 2 more guards, and then we can move you to one of the ones who's lacking. In fact, we should not be in Berlin. So we need to build 2 more guards. Whoop. Egyptian tomb discovered. Our archaeological excavation team working in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt has discovered a tomb from the 18th dynasty. The tomb is rectangular and divided into upper and lower pillaried sections, with a royal sarcophagus located in the lower section. This fantastic discovery has made our Egyptological department the talk of the historically aware of Europe. 1,200 research, 11 prestige. Awesome. It's not actually that much, but cool. Right, let's group you. So we need to make sure we have enough guards. We need 1 artillery. And then I think we can get 2 more engineers, actually. Two guards, 2 engineers, and an artillery. Like so. And then if we're going to make another entire stack, we need everything except the artillery, so that's 2 more engineers. 6 guards. And 2 hussars. Like so. Okay, cool. Onwards. Stuff's getting built. Okay, so do we need to improve our fortifications a little bit more? And in fact, how are we doing for finance? We're actually running a little low. I think we can bump up our taxes a little bit to 50%. Which should help overcome the deficit? No. Virtually no one unemployed, which is very good. Still a load more factories being built, and we are on the verge of making a profit. Still making a loss right now. And now we're taking loans. But our people are paying loads into the bank, so this kind of suggests that they have too much money right now. So let's beef up those taxes just a little bit, and that is more than sufficient. Let's repay those loans. Sabotage! A factory in one of our states has become the target of a mild but costly sabotage campaign during the past few weeks. The local management suspects that a known socialist agitator in the area is responsible for this development, as the gentleman in question is known by management to have taken issue with a decision they recently took regarding company internal division of labour. You mean you fired someone? Nothing wrong with that. Manifest destiny. To bring civilization from coast to shining coast has always been the grand mission of the Great Republic. Let the eagle spread its wings. More morale, less war exhaustion. Have people started the scramble for Africa? Can't really tell. I have a feeling that they will be over here quite actively. Maybe not. What about the Americas? Still too low in terms of minimum life rating. So the last one that we need is colonial negotiations. Plus we need more naval range. You know what? I think we are going to join the scramble for Africa, seeing as we've already got Germany. So that is going to involve building more naval yards. And that's going to involve needing more technology. Yeah, it's not something I'm going to prioritize, but it is something that I'm interested in doing. So be it. Factory output tech increase. Good. Let's get... I'm actually kind of tempted to get the stock exchange for the tax efficiency. I mean, that's 8% more taxes. And that's reducing factory cost, farming output, which is always a good one. More factory cost. Yeah, factory output from these become really quite powerful. And likewise the input. The input means that they're using less... Oh, what's it called? Less raw materials. There's even more tax efficiency there. No, we're going to focus on the industry. Like our taxes aren't bad. We can encourage the rural boom. We're on the verge of becoming liberal. You know what? We're going to do it. And then we're going to become liberal. Oh shit, we have national liberal as well. Crap, we could have chosen them. Because they're jingoistic. Oh, a whole bunch of more political parties have appeared. I had not even realised this. Okay, interesting. So we're not interested in the socialists. So we have the National Liberals and the Freedom Party. Both of which are free trade, both of which are laissez-faire, both of which are pluralism. You're pro-military and you're jingoistic. So I think it's actually going to be National Liberal that we're going to go. We're not going to go for the Liberal Democratic because they're anti-military. In fact, the only difference between these guys is pro-military and jingoism. We want jingoism. Okay, we're going to do that. Ooh. And we can change this again. So, upper house are appointed right now. We could go based on population. Or we could change the voting system. Or change the political party system. Let's change the political party. Though this is giving... Oh, this is reducing the amount of support the ruling party gets. Oh, I was reading that wrong. Then yes, we want to... Instead of making political parties underground, we need to make them allowed only to harass people rather than banning them. By classifying work tasks, the organisation of production was increased and made more efficient. Traditionalism. Traditionalism is the doctrine that all knowledge is transmitted through the common sense of the people, and that this knowledge that the people bear should be the foundation of society. It fiercely rejects rationalism, which it views as hazardous and counterproductive view of social transformation. Conscientiousness of non-colonial. Russia wants military access. That depends who you're fighting. Who is Russia fighting? Russia's fighting Austria and the Netherlands. And you're allied with Germany? I'm going to say no to that. Go away. Another beer hall is opened in the provinces. Huzzah! I'm not even going to read the rest, because that's obviously a good thing. We're getting a little bit of unemployment, not a huge amount. That's totally fine. They're just people moving around. Now we're definitely earning too much money. We're at the peak of our taxation allowance, which is fine. I really want to reduce our tariffs. Damn it! I forgot about that. Focusing too much on other things. And that bans us. So we're sitting at 94% with Britain having banned us. I think that's for a year. Oh well. How far behind are we? Bit. And I need to start looking at who we want to try influencing. Like, it's still about the raw materials, honestly. So, cotton remains the most important. Persia. Did we ever get Persia? We didn't get Persia in the end, did we? No. And they're not in anyone's sphere. Let's start trying to get Persia. And the Ottomans. Is anyone trying in the Ottomans? No. Actually, we could reduce the opinion of Russia, which I think would be useful to do. Aha! We're starting to get some troops. Our ambassadors in Egypt have been banned. There's 3 of us who are friendly here now. That just meant I lost the 94 relations. Oh well. By specialising workers and giving certain tasks to certain workers, tasks were done faster and with higher competence. More factory output. So, we had someone that needed an extra artillery, right? Yes, you. So let's split out that artillery. Send you there. No. There. Then we also... Whoops. Lockout. Capitalists in one of the states has called a lockout following a period of intensifying labour conflicts in the area. Workers have been informed by management that no one is welcome back to work while union sympathies still run high in the unemployed. Local police have expressed their support for the move, citing a long series of disturbances at the factory, some even bordering on sabotage. Actually, that is unconstitutional because under our laws, trade unions are entirely allowed. So sorry, Rich Strasser, but that's illegal. Right. Engineers. Who was missing the engineers? It was you. So we're going to grab those 2 engineers. I'll have you guys joining them. Group. And then we had 2 people missing guards. And I'm pretty sure one was you and one was you. So there should be 7 guards. Oh no, there aren't. Shit, we just did that wrong. Okay, in that case, stay here. We've ordered too many guards, so let's get rid of some of the guards if we can. We can. Get rid of those. Okay, that should be fine. Scientific movement still going. We are still industrialising. We're still the 2nd largest industry. As long as we keep our advantage over them, then I'm happy. Harassment in the local election. A mayoral election in one of our provinces has erupted into a violent affair today as a local farmer refused to fill in the vote for the government candidate, despite being ordered to do so. The large-built farmer is said to have crushed on the nose 3 local officials before finally being hauled away by police from the city hall where the election was taking place. We are told that he was screaming about his right to vote, as his conscience dictated, or some other tomfoolery like that. We probably need to punish him somehow to set an example, but our decision will have consequences either way. So 4 militancy for all farmers in Württemberg, all pops gain 2 militancy. Or set him free, and we have more favour for gerrymandering. Oh yeah, we totally have more favour for gerrymandering, because that is the next one I would like to do. Because we want to make secret ballots the norm. We're going to have a completely ordinarily functioning proper democracy here in the German Empire. Just as long as you don't question the Kaiser, you have a lot of freedom. That's what I'm going for here. And so long as you join the army. Like, you must join the army, forced conscription, but otherwise free democracy. Expansionism. An expansionist country seeks to expand its territory, influence or power over a territory, population or political entity by any means deemed necessary, ultimately by use of the armed force. As it threatens peace and stability, neighbouring states and great powers rarely let a country expand by force without responding to the threat. Reduction in plurality and reduction in war exhaustion. Reduction in plurality is a bad one. Anyway, that's it for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then please do consider subscribing, and if you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.